What game? I mean, Loop Beasts was a massive success and it was inspired off a very popular game from my childhood. So what other games from my childhood could I possibly create in Fortnite? What about Worms? Is that even possible? We're about to find out. Why hello there everyone. Welcome back, I'm your host today, Mr. Mobile. It's another map releasing day. Trailer hopefully coming out this week. And as you heard, mate, the game Worms. I've made Worms and I just realized I've sent this off for discovery with all this in it. Might want to change that. So yes, you heard me right. This is Worms. Now, I know a lot of my community hasn't even heard of Worms. But Worms is a game. It's a destructive game where you and others are worms and you take turns with explosive devices and fists of fire, and even explosive farting old ladies. Yeah, it's a weird game. Could I make it in Fortnite? And I did. I made it in Fortnite because I enjoyed it. I even played it during my holidays. And the funny thing is, when I decided to make this map, the new device, the tracker, came out. Let me tell you this now. The map would not be possible without the tracker. So either, Epic's watching, or else very cool coincidence. I'm hoping it's just very cool coincidence. But yes, as you can see by the top of the screen, there is a code for this map. Now, there are a few bugs, which we'll get to, but the game works most of the time. So this is my first map that you can only go up to a good chunk of 4 players. And it's not actually my first. I forgot about Hole in the Wall. But yes, you can only play this with 4 players at the minute. I'm planning on at least making it either 5 or 6 in the future. It's just because turns will take way too long if it's up to 16 players and all of that. So maybe we'll bring out a team duo one sometime and we can get up to 8 players. That may be worth our time. Now, while I'm placing this down and explaining the game to you, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I know it's cringe when people bring it up, but we need all the support we can get. We're almost at 1,900 subscribers, aka 2,000 subscribers, which is a big leap. We were aiming for 2.5k this year, but hey, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. So help me get to at least 2,000 this year, guys. Come on, I know you can do it. There we go. You see those trees? You can see those trees, of course you can. But yeah, let's go ahead and show you how it works once I remove these, because I've never seen anyone create something quite like this. So yeah, here we are. First of all, optical illusion. There's actually a giant hole up here. You cannot see that. Very cool. So there we go. Now that version's sent off for discovery. Awesome. But yes, this is tactical battles. That's what I had to call it, because I thought Worms. I don't get why it's called Worms in the first place. What was I going to call the Fortnite one? Birds? Loop people stuck in loop? I mean, it didn't make much sense, but I thought this title made sense. Tactical battles. You're in battle, but you got to be tactical. Where are you going to shoot? You've then got 5 seconds after you shoot before you can no longer move. So you got to also be tactical on where you finish your move. So be tactical where you finish, where you start, and who you weaponize. So of course we've got the nice little mobile scrap thing up over there. Use code mobile-scrap. And then of course over here in the creepy old tree, we've also got some little maps in here. Over here, we've got 2 maps at the minute. We have another 2 in design, a snow one and a desert themed one. So be on the lookout for those, because I'm actually looking forward for both of them. But the block world, of course, blocky, and Light Bay was the first map, and that's the first one we're going to be checking out. Nice little hub. There's nothing much to it. So how do you play? During your turn, you can move, run around and look for players, then use your, can this billboard thing, thank you, then use your weapon to destroy terrain and drop them in the ocean. Once the shot has been taken, you will have 5 seconds to run. When your turn is over, you will no longer be able to move. Check out the map to see where the current player is moving. And now, of course, how does this map actually work? So when player 1 starts, player 1 gets their turn first, then it's player 2, so on and so forth. Once player 4 has had their turn though, it will just loop back round to player 1. After 10 rounds, water will slowly start to rise. It'll pause between goes, so don't worry if someone's AFK and the water just slowly rises. It will only rise between turns. It says between turns there. Randomly as well, loot crates or supply drops will drop from the sky. These crates will include one powerful weapon. Use your shot wisely, as you will not be able to use your weapons once you pick it up. Now that's not so true, I will have to change that. But you get one special item, so like an impulse, a stink bomb, a strike grenade, whatever it's called, a boogie bomb thingy, the boombox, rift thingy-mabobbers, hop fish. There's just a bunch of things in it, and you also get one weapon as well to use. Now if you get a weapon in that, then you can only use either that weapon or the weapon that randomly assigned you. But let's go ahead and let's start the game, see what it's all about. So of course, if you've played Worms, it's all about the destructive terrain. That's like the best part. It also says you're player 1. Music will also play, and you'll be able to look over here and see what's chosen. Of course, Lights Bay was chosen, it's not rigged. And here we are. Now, you can't really hear my keyboard clicking, but I can't move. And then it brings up player 1's turn. You'll see I get ammo, then a bunch of guns, and then on the mini-map, you will see that my character is a little orange man. If there was other players on the map after the first round, you'll see them as red Jonesy heads. They will also see you when it's not your turn as red Jonesy heads. But when it's your turn, other players, and you when it's other players' turns, will see a wee orange man running around. That's the person you want to stay away from. So, this is the first map. Of course, you got a cave down here because caves very cool. Big old mushroom cave down here, and there's the water there as well. Now, this game has to have at least 2 people playing it. You can play it alone, though you can just really look around. I haven't added a single player mode, so sorry about that. Can't really do that. But there's houses. Here's my turn almost up. We get a minute every turn. You'll still be able to move a wee bit when it's in someone else's turn, and then you will stop moving. Of course, there's houses and stuff. And you'll see on the map, now, I'm a red man, but when it changes back to my turn, it disappears. You heard me get my weapons, and then an orange man appears. So, the system that I have set up doesn't go through everyone's turn. If someone is dead, it will skip their turn. So if there's 4 teams, and someone's not in team 3, it'll skip team 3. So you don't need to wait a minute every turn. Now, of course, lighthouse here, very cool. But you want to see the terrain destruction, don't you? That's what you are all here for. Well, what blimey. Bam! Look at that there. So there's a bunch of rocks in this terrain, and the block one's a wee bit different, but this one's more like real rocky terrain. Try not to slip and slide off. Again, I'm now a redhead. You can see me in the wee mini-map there. And it will eventually, after about 8 to 10-ish seconds, it will say player 1's turn, and it will bring it up on everyone's screen so you can see everyone's turn. Minigun as well, also another very OP one, probably the most OP, but of course if a player was standing there, they can't move, so they would just fall down here and the water would eventually rise. So of course once you fall off and hit the water, you die. That's it, you die. Let's try and get the other map though, and player 1 you don't say, it's the wrong one. Now Block World is a lot harder because it's like half the size with some floating islands to make it a bit more higher, but it's very blocky. Blocky world. No, it's not a Minecraft clone. I just like blocky worlds, okay? Now these are like slime. They make you jump. There's like slime blocks, but they're blue. It means they're not Minecraft themed, yes. And don't worry, you can't destroy them. Of course, sometimes, just like there as you've seen, your turn will just randomly end. Don't worry about that. It happens sometimes. It's just a random little thing, so you might just get a really short turn, and haha if you get it. But yeah, bunch of floating islands, and that's basically the blocky level. And again, destructive terrain, we'll look at it once we get our turn. There we go. So we'll go bap and destructive terrain. Now is that not awesome? Now wait until we see the minigun. That thing do be OP in this mode. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah, very OP. Let's end the game. Now you might not think it, but this game took forever to figure out. I mean, we done a playtest on a stream. Was it last week? Game didn't work. It just didn't work with 4 people. It worked with 1 person, but I mean, that's useless. So I have spent ages figuring this out. Look at the programming, and you think, oh, that's not much. That's not all of it, my friends. No siree. There's a bunch over here too. Oh boy. And then there's a thing over there which I don't even use, but it's there. So if you want to see the maps, I'm hoping when the camera focus device comes out, we will be able to make everyone's camera be like here, and then it will be the true Worms experience in Fortnite. That's what I'm really hoping for, because that looks really good back there. And then of course you've got the blocky one too, which is a bit more flat. There's not as much going on, but it's a nice simpler map. So there you go, Worms in Fortnite. Unfortunately I don't have much gameplay, but remember, check out the trailer when it comes out. To do that, hit the notification bell to see that. You got to subscribe though, and expect the trailer to come out sometime this week, where there will be actual gameplay of this map, and hopefully it'll be as popular as Loop Beasts. I've also got another map in the works, of course, another game that I used to play, because I think I figured out a way on how to make it. In fact, I think I accidentally made it before, and we're going to make it better. But anyway, tell me, what do you think of this? If you find any bugs, let me know. I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Goodbye, and tell me what you think of the thumbnail below in the comments. Toodaloo!